Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Introspective, and I have returned home from SmashCon, which means welcome back to Smash 4 Character Positives. Now today we're doing the second row of characters, and I'm just excited to be making videos again, so without further ado, let's get started. Now I feel for Link players because they get a lot of unfair hate because there just so happens to be a group of people who use Link and they have a quote-unquote for glory style of play where they like to spam projectiles and smash attacks and whatnot, but not all Link players are like that, and the good ones are actually very hyped to watch. Link can do some really cool shit in Smash 4. He has a lot of cool things with bomb setups, he even has resets. I've seen people do resets into like bomb tricks off stage into an upbeat kill, and that makes me lose my mind. I've seen some great Link play, some really technical Link play, and I think he's better than he's ever been in Smash 4. He's a pretty decent character now, and the good Link players are always a joy to fight and watch. Now I'm actually really jealous of good Zelda mains because to me she is one of the most unique and awesome characters ever to be put in a Smash Bros game. But the problem is I'm absolute fucking trash with Zelda, and it's sad. Because Zelda can do some really cool stuff. She can do footstool combos, which can actually be a true 0 to death if timed perfectly. She can do awesome teleport cancels. She can do a rising up B kill, which is always hype. And of course, that sweet spot bear. Oh god, every time I land that sweet spot bear, well, it just makes me rock hard. In a lot of people's opinions, Sheik has fallen from the ranks of best Smash 4 character ever since she was nerfed, but since the time that she was ranked number 1 on the tier list, I have loved watching Sheik play in tournament, okay? Top level Sheik players like Mr. R, Void, Zero back when he mained her, Vinny, are all absolutely so hyped to watch in tournament. The strings they pull off, the combos, the intricate setups. Sheik is a really technical and rewarding character. She can be an absolute savage, okay? Fighting a good Sheik player can be absolute hell if you're a heavy main like me. I hate fighting Sheik as Charizard, but it's always a great challenge, and yeah, Sheik is a very difficult character to master, but she's absolutely rewarding and super fun to play as. Now there's two obvious factors that make Ganondorf great, right? The hype and the disrespect, and Ganon kinda just revolves completely around those two aspects. He's very fun to play as. You can really mess with your opponent as Ganondorf. You can really just make them feel super bad that you just bodied them. And that's kind of what he lives for, you know? That's what Ganon mains live for. They live for the moment where they can elevate that kill into a highlight. And that's what makes Ganondorf kind of special is, you know, he always has a chance to make something out of nothing, essentially. Because he's not the best character, but he can find ways to make the game super fucking hype. And I love watching and playing good Ganondorfs, and Ganon Dittos are really fucking fun as well. Now a lot of what I said about Link can apply to Toon Link as well. And even though Toon Link players are also hated on for some reason, they play the character because they enjoy playing the character. And I can always see that when I see a Toon Link main. They're very passionate about Toon Link. And he's cool, man. He's a very technical character, requires a lot of precise timing, has even more bomb setups than Link in a lot of situations. And yeah, I really like the way he plays. I wish I was better with him. I don't use him a lot. He's not really my style, but he's definitely fun to play as. And I've played some Toon Links that have given me a tough time, so yeah, Toon Link in my book is a respectable character, and yeah, he's fun and cool. Metroid is one of my favorite video game series of all time, and it's mainly because Samus is such a complete badass, and she is one of the coolest characters that Smash Bros could ever ask for, okay? When you use Samus, you feel like you're in an actual combat scenario. You're laying down your bombs, you're shooting your missiles, you're spacing out your attacks. You feel like It's a tactical combat zone moving around the stage with Samus, and it's like this really unique feeling, and you just feel so badass using Samus. She's so much fun to use, and shoutouts to my good friend Danish Buttercookie. Alright, one of the best Samuses that I've ever played, and he's shown us that Samus has one of the coolest shield break punishes in all of Smash Bros. So yeah, shoutouts to Samus, man. One of the coolest characters in the game, and just in any game in general. Now, I just sang all my praises about Samus, and that carries right on over to Zero Suit Samus, because to me, she is one of the most stylish and hype characters in this entire game, okay? Watching Zero Suit at the highest level is awe-inspiring, alright? It's just so fucking amazing to watch. And if you don't believe me, go check out my man Take 5, go watch Nairo, go watch Mars, okay? You will never get tired of watching high-level Zero Suit Samus gameplay. I had the pleasure of watching Nairo play Zero Suit live at SmashCon yesterday, and it was so amazing to watch him, man. I was popping off every time he won, and when he won the tournament, I was so happy to finally see that Zero Suit Samus and Nairo were back. And yeah, super stylish character, definitely one of my favorites in the entire game. Shoutouts to Zero Suit Samus. Pit's strength lies in the fact that he's sort of this jack-of-all-trades type of character, and I think Pit mains really appreciate his balance. He has tools for almost every situation. He has a good neutral, a good projectile, nice disjoints, he's average speed and weight, his recovery is very good, and he also has pretty decent kill power. So overall, Pit kind of shows off all of the aspects of Smash 4 through his balance and design, and he's a really cool character. He's interesting to play as, and yeah, Pit mains really just enjoy having tools for every situation. She's a goddess, dude. What else is there to say? Just know that I like playing as Palutena a lot, and I respect Palutena mains, but all I need to say is she's a fucking goddess. Marth is just a Smash Bros icon, man. I mean, come on, he's so cool. He's one of the first characters that I think of when someone mentions this game. Of course, he has the iconic tipper, which everyone loves to land. And I will admit, when Smash 4 came out, I wasn't a fan of this version of Marth, but over time he got some buffs, and I grew to appreciate his design in this game and what Sakurai was going for. And to me, Marth is just the quintessential sword character in Super Smash Bros. Shoutouts to Marth mains. Now, Ike holds a special place in my heart because he was actually my first Brawl main. And he was my main back then because I didn't know what the fuck competitive Smash was, and I was a C-stick fetish warrior, and I thought he looked cool. But now in Smash 4 he looks even cooler. He got ripped as shit, and he's actually a viable character. He's got good combos, still has the great kill power, and he's overall one of my favorite characters of all time in Smash just because I started with Ike. At least in Brawl. I played a little Melee, but Brawl was really the first game I got into Smash with, and Ike was my first ever main, so yeah, Ike is really fucking cool to me, and he's definitely my favorite of the Fire Emblem characters in this game for sure. Robin mains are another very passionate group of players. So passionate, in fact, that they will argue endlessly with each other over which ult to use, male or female. I'm not gonna get into it, but I think what makes Robin mains cool is that they understand that their character has a lot of flaws, but they really like the technical aspect of playing Robin. I mean, you can do some really cool shit with Levin's sword and the tome, and overall, Robin is an interesting character. Definitely a unique character in Smash Bros. Even if there were just another Fire Emblem character, their playstyle makes up for it, totally unique, and I think Robin is cool for that aspect. But hey, thanks for watching part 2, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think this series is more on the chill side, which is a nice contrast from my usual obnoxious brand of humor. But anyways, if you want to continue to support this series, consider giving a like or leaving me a comment, and I will see you all in the next video. I'm home from SmashCon now, which means back to the old grind. Deuces. But he still hasn't said anything nice about my main. I just want him to say one kind word about...